made more feasible by the installation of White House loyalists in his senior defense posts. He has also called for the immediate end to the U.S. military effort in Syria, where a small number of U.S. troops back the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces in their fight against ISIS. So do you see how they're saying Trump won't even fight ISIS? This is really happening. This is a real article written by a person who isn't technically working for the CIA, actually technically works for a news organization. This is the article they wrote. Took two people to do this much propaganda. He has also called for the immediate end of the U.S. military effort in Syria, where just a small number of troops are there fighting for democracy against ISIS, and he still wants to get rid of them. A small number are fighting for democracy against ISIS. So these are just straight up lie. I mean, you could say it's gaslighting or propaganda, but I'll just say it's lying for the establishment because that's what it is. And here's the two liars doing it today. Ryan Brown and Barbara Starr from CNN took two people, willing tools of the military-industrial complex to put together this big a piece of propaganda. Ending a war is bad, reckless. What are you against? What are you for, ISIS? Are you against democracy? So this is CNN making sure more people get killed in Afghanistan, more soldiers get their legs blown off, more children, more farmers get decapitated. That's what CNN, Ryan Brown, and Barbara Starr are doing. That's what they do for a living. They push pro-war propaganda to help bolster the profits of CNN by getting more ads from the military-industrial complex and Wall Street. So great job by Ryan Brown and Barbara Starr and CNN. Another garbage propaganda piece that turns out is always pro-war. And anybody who's against it is a fucking nut. Wow, Mitt Romney's on the phone. I wonder if he's got a lot of important stuff to say regarding what's happening in the news.
Hi, Jimmy. This is Mittens Mittery Rom to the Bomney on the honker. And I've got a lot of important stuff to say regarding what's happening in the news. As you know, I'm always all up in that shit, if I may take the liberty.
Of course. Go ahead, Mitt.
This is really going to blow your socks off. I've just opened up 2 new offices in Utah, one in Spanish Fork, the other in Ogden.
That's it?
That's it. It's taken years for my popularity to go up enough to open up an office in Spanish Fork and Ogden. Now I have even more opportunity to reach people who already kind of agree with me on things.
I guess you have a point.
Say, do you know why they call it Spanish Fork? It's really quite a ripping little story.
No, I don't. Why? Why do they call it that?
Well, one day in 1851, while eating at a Spanish restaurante, Joseph Smith was attacked by an angry mob. After he escaped, someone noticed a fork sticking out of his hat, and they asked, "What is that, a Spanish fork?" Joseph Smith took off his hat, looked at the fork, and said, "Yes, indeed, thank you. It is a Spanish fork." From that day on, the town was known as Sunnyvale.
Hey, you know there's a lot more to that phone call, but we don't have time in today's podcast. How do you hear the entire phone call? You got to become a premium member. Go to jimmydorcomedy.com. Sign up. It's the most affordable premium program in the business. Today's show was written by Ron Placone, Mark Van Landewitz, Steph Zamorano, Jim Earl, Mike McRae, and Roger Rittenhouse. All the voices performed today by the one and the only, the inimitable Mike McRae, who can be found at MikeMcRae.com. That's it for this week. You be the best you can be, and I'll keep being me.
Don't freak out. I'm not kidding. Don't do not.